Last week, a customer pulled into my bay with a 1998 Toyota Camry, 387,000 miles on the odometer. Original transmission and torque converter. Never been opened. He wanted a basic fluid and filter service. I pulled the pan expecting the worst. What I found was a clutch pack that looked like it had 80,000 miles on it, not 380,000 miles. That same week, a 2011 Nissan Pathfinder came in on a flatbed, 116,000 miles. The transmission was completely contaminated, a total loss, a $4,000 replacement. Both cars were made in Japan and both had automatic transmissions. They were almost 4 times apart in lifespan. That gap is not random. After 19 years pulling pans and tearing down valve bodies, I can tell you exactly which Japanese transmissions belong on the bulletproof list and which ones are quietly bankrupting their owners right now. In this video, I am breaking down the 3 worst and the 4 best Japanese transmissions ever built, including the exact model years to avoid, the specific failure modes that kill them, and the ones that will outlast every other component in the car. We are talking about repairs that total a 15-year-old car. Most of the popular videos on this topic miss the worst one entirely. That is the one you need to remember if you are shopping the used market this month. Worst number 3, the Subaru 4EAT 4-speed automatic. Before Subaru went all in on the Linertronic CVT, almost every gasoline Forester, Outback, Legacy, and Impreza, built from the late 1990s through 2009, had a 4-speed automatic called the 4EAT. On paper, it is just 4 speeds, 3 planetary gear sets, and simple electronic shift control. It should be straightforward. The problem is Subaru paired this transmission with all-wheel drive on every single car they sold. The all-wheel drive version of the 4EAT runs the rear differential through a duty solenoid clutch pack inside the tail housing of the transmission. That clutch pack lives a hard life. It is constantly modulating to send torque rearward, and it sits right above the transmission filter where heat builds up worst. By the time these cars hit 130,000 miles, that duty C solenoid is one of the single most common failures on the entire car. The symptom is brutal. The car starts binding when you turn at low speed in a parking lot. The steering feels like the parking brake is half on. Owners think it is a CV axle. They throw axles at it. They throw struts at it. Nobody wants to be the mechanic who tells them the transmission tail housing has to come apart for an $800 solenoid. I had a 2007 Outback in the bay last year with 140,000 miles on it. The owner had spent $1,500 chasing this exact bind at 3 different shops before he found me. The fix was the duty C solenoid. It took me 4 hours. And the worst part is, Subaru never extended a warranty on this. They never issued a recall. They quietly redesigned the part for the Linertronic generation and walked away. If you're looking at a Subaru built before 2010 with a 4-speed automatic and the seller cannot tell you whether the transfer clutch has been serviced, walk away. But this next one is the one that is going to light up the comment section because it sits inside one of the most beloved family vehicles ever built in Japan. Worst number 2, the Honda Byra and B7XA 5-speed automatic. Honda again. I know the popular video on this subject talked about Honda's V6 4-speed from 1998 to 2004. That 4-speed was bad, but the 5-speed Honda built to replace it from 2003 to 2007 may have actually been worse, and almost nobody talks about it. This is the transmission in the 3rd generation Odyssey, the 1st generation Pilot, the Acura MDX, the Acura TL, and a few V6 Accords from that window. Honda used a parallel shaft design, which is a fancy way of saying the gears sit on multiple shafts instead of stacked behind each other like a normal automatic. It was clever for packaging. It was a disaster for cooling. The torque converter lockup clutch on the Byra gets hammered every time the transmission shifts into 3rd or higher, and Honda did not put enough fluid volume around it to keep temperatures in check. Around 80,000 to 100,000 miles, That lockup clutch starts shuddering at 35 to 45 miles per hour under light throttle. Owners describe it as driving over rumble strips that are not there. Honda eventually issued a service bulletin in 2017 admitting the fluid was breaking down under heat and reflashed the transmission control unit. But by then, most of these vehicles were out of warranty and the damage was already done. I have personally seen 4 MDXs and 3 Odysseys come into the shop with this exact failure at right around 90,000 miles. A torque converter replacement on this car runs $2,800 to $3,500, and most independent shops will not do just the converter. They want to rebuild the whole unit, which puts you over $5,000. On a 2005 Odyssey worth $4,000 retail, that is a totaled vehicle. The kicker is that Honda's manual transmissions from the same window were practically indestructible. They built a great gearbox. They just got the automatic dead wrong, and they got it wrong twice in a row before they finally fixed it in 2015. But this next one is the absolute champion of bad Japanese gearboxes. Worst number 1, the Nissan RE5 R05A 5-speed automatic. This is the big one. From 2002 through roughly 2016, Nissan put the RE5 R05A behind almost everything truck shape they sold. The Frontier, the Xterra, the Pathfinder, the Titan, even the Armada in some configurations. And this transmission has a failure mode so famous it has its own nickname in the truck world. It is called the strawberry milkshake of death. Here's what happens. Nissan, in a decision that nobody at the company will defend on the record, ran the engine coolant lines through a heat exchanger built into the transmission radiator. Coolant on one side, transmission fluid on the other, separated by a thin metal wall. When that wall cracks, and on these radiators it cracks somewhere between 60,000 and 120,000 miles like clockwork, coolant gets pushed into the transmission. Transmission fluid gets pushed into the cooling system. The two fluids mix into a thick, pink sludge that looks exactly like a strawberry milkshake, and once that sludge circulates through the valve body of the RE5 R05A, the transmission is finished. There is no flush that fixes it. There is no rebuild kit that addresses it. The internal clutches are saturated. The solenoids are gummed shut. The torque converter is contaminated. You are looking at a complete replacement transmission, somewhere between $3,200 and $4,500 at most independent shops. And here's the part that will make your blood boil. This was a known problem by 2008. Class action lawsuits stacked up. Nissan settled, extended warranties on certain vehicle identification numbers, but never recalled the radiator. Millions of these trucks left the factory with a built-in time bomb between the engine and the transmission. If you are shopping for a used Frontier, Pathfinder, or Xterra from this era, do not let the seller tell you the transmission was rebuilt. Ask for proof. The radiator was replaced with an aftermarket unit that has no internal cooler. No proof, no deal. Now let us flush that taste out of our mouths and talk about the gearboxes that built the entire Japanese reliability reputation. Best number 4, the Aisin U660E 6-speed automatic. This is my pick for the most underrated front-wheel drive transmission ever to come out of Japan, and I will fight anyone in the comments about it. While Honda was burning through that Baira disaster we just talked about, and Nissan was building strawberry milkshakes, Aisin quietly designed a 6-speed front-wheel drive automatic that has been going into the V6 Camry, the V6 Avalon, the Highlander, the Sienna, the Lexus RX 350, and the Lexus ES 350 since 2007. The U660E is one of those transmissions you only hear about because of how rarely you hear about it. The lockup strategy is conservative. The valve body is overbuilt. The clutch packs are physically larger than they need to be for the torque the V6 produces. And the cooling circuit, unlike the Nissan we just covered, runs through a separate finned cooler in front of the radiator, not through a contaminating heat exchanger. I personally pulled the pan on a U660E out of a 2010 Sienna with 240,000 miles on it last summer. Original fluid had been changed maybe 4 times in its life. The pan magnet had a normal smear of clutch dust, no chunks, no flakes. Internal clutches measured within new tolerance. That transmission was going to do another 100,000 miles without complaint. If you are cross-shopping a used V6 minivan or crossover and you find one with the U660E and clean fluid, that is one of the safest bets in the entire used market. If you are finding this useful, the next pick is going to surprise you, because most car people forget it even exists. Best number 3, the Toyota R150F and R151F manual transmissions. Yes, a manual transmission on a list dominated by automatics. Hear me out. The R150 family is a 5-speed manual gearbox that Toyota installed in the Tacoma, the 4Runner, the Hilux, and the T100 from 1989 all the way through 2015. 26 years of production, one basic design, almost no major changes. The internals look like Toyota engineered them, assuming every owner would tow a trailer up a mountain backwards every weekend. The main shaft is forged. The synchros are oversized double cone units on the lower gears. The case is a single-piece aluminum housing with iron sleeves where the bearings ride. The repair industry barely acknowledges this transmission exists because there is almost nothing to fix. The most common service item across the entire production run is a slave cylinder that costs $40. That is it. There's a 1998 Tacoma still on Bring a Trailer, right now with 310,000 miles on the original R150F, and the only thing the seller has ever done to the gearbox is change the gear oil every 60,000. If you can drive a stick and you find a clean Tacoma or 4Runner from this era with this transmission, you are buying a drivetrain that will be working long after the frame underneath it has rusted to powder. Best number 2, the Aisin AB60E and AB60F 6-speed automatic. If the manual we just talked about is for purists, this one is for everyone else. The AB60E is the rear-wheel drive version. The AB60F is the 4-wheel drive version. Aisin released this transmission in 2007 because Toyota needed something heavy-duty enough to live behind the new 5.7-liter V8 in the second-generation Tundra. They were overbuilt on purpose. The pump is a Gerator-style design with gears physically larger than the previous generation. The torque converter hub is fatter. The clutch drums are wider. In stock form, the AB60 is rated for 550 Newton-meters of input torque. Aftermarket builders have proven the same factory case can handle 900 Newton-meters all day long. The reason the AB60 sits at number 2 and not number 1 is that the early 2007 production run had a known C1 clutch issue that Toyota fixed under technical service, Bulletin 0170-09. After that fix, the failure rate basically went to 0. The AB60 is the transmission inside the Tundra that crossed 1 million miles on the original gearbox before the owner traded it back to Toyota for engineering inspection. 1 million miles, not metaphorically. Actually, if you're looking at a 2008 or newer Tundra, Sequoia, Land Cruiser 200 series, or Lexus LX 570, the AB60 underneath it is the strongest argument those trucks have on the used market. Best number 1, the Toyota A540 and A541E 4-speed automatic. I know what you are thinking. A 4-speed cannot be the best transmission of all time. Hear me out, because this is the gearbox that built Toyota's entire reputation. The A540E and the slightly later A541E are the 4-speed automatics Toyota installed in nearly every front-wheel drive Camry, Avalon, ES300, and Solara from 1986 all the way through 2003. 18 years of production, tens of millions of units. And the failure rate on these transmissions is so low that the rebuild industry essentially does not stock parts for them anymore because nobody asks. The engineering is almost insultingly simple. 4 gears, a wide belt torque converter, 2 clutch packs, and 2 band assemblies, all sized like a half-ton truck transmission stuffed into a Camry. The trick is that the converter is huge for the torque it sees, so the clutch lockup loads are mild, and the fluid never cooks. A 1998 Camry with the A540e and basic 10,000-mile fluid changes will go 400,000 miles without ever opening the case. I have personally seen one cross 460,000 miles in the same family for 23 years. The badge on the hood will tell you a lot less than what is underneath, and underneath every one of those old Camrys was a transmission Toyota built like they were never going to see warranty money again. That is exactly why nobody ever filed any. Now, if you drive a Japanese car with one of the bad transmissions on this list, there is one thing you might be doing at every single oil change that is silently destroying it. I made a whole video on it called "The One Transmission Mistake That Killed Your Japanese Car," and about 90% of owners are still doing it wrong. Check it out on screen now before your next service interval.